My name is Elizabeth Garcia, and I'm the Executive Director of the Hialeah Community Coalition. The Hialeah Community Coalition is a not-for-profit 501(c)(3). We were incorporated in 2015. Our mission is to help children stay safe, healthy, drug and alcohol-free. We do this through education. We educate parents, community, and youth on the harms and effects of underage drinking and drug abuse. Today, we're going to talk about property crimes. There are 4 types of property crimes: theft, burglary, dealing in stolen property, and criminal mischief. Theft. Theft occurs when someone takes someone's property without his or her permission, even if you're just borrowing it. Petty theft. Petty theft is considered a misdemeanor if the item is worth less than $300. Grand theft. That's considered a felony if the item is worth more than $300. Grand theft auto. Again, not the game. Stealing a car or driving a stolen car by someone else. So, if you take somebody's car, you steal someone's car, or you borrow someone's car without their permission, it's considered grand theft auto. Burglary occurs when someone enters someone's house, storage, shed, business, or vehicle without permission, intending to commit a crime inside. Note, entering an unlocked car to steal anything is considered a felony, and a felony is punishable by a year or more in jail. Dealing in stolen property. Dealing in stolen property means selling or passing on any items that has been stolen which you knew was stolen, or you should have known it was stolen. You know the old adage, if it's too good to be true, it isn't? Well, it's true. There is no such thing as finders keepers law. If you find something of value and it doesn't belong to you, you must return it. Criminal mischief. Criminal mischief occurs when you damage someone's property on purpose. And remember, any damages over $1,000 are considered a felony. Egging or keying a car may damage the paint job. A good paint job can easily be in excess of $1,000. That means you just committed a felony, punishable by a year or more in jail. House parties. Disturbing the peace. These activities may be considered disturbing the peace. Excessive rowdiness, fighting, loud music. Open house parties. An open house party is a party where alcohol or drugs are served to underage people. It is considered a second-degree misdemeanor for a person in control of a home to knowingly allow a minor to possess or consume alcohol. It is a first-degree misdemeanor if, allowed to party for a second time, a minor who consumed alcohol is killed or injured, or the minor causes or contributes to the death or injury of another person. Remember we talked about parents having open house parties and kids coming and drinking? Well, sometimes parents are trying to be cool, they're trying to accommodate youth, and that's not smart because you're putting your parents' life at risk. If something happens to one of those kids at your party, one of your friends at your parties, the one that is going to carry the liability and the responsibility is your parent. So if you love your parent enough, don't put them on the spot. They could go to jail. Alcohol. You must be 21 years of age to purchase, possess, or drink alcohol. That is the law. If you are under 21, it is illegal for you to attempt to purchase alcohol. If you are arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs and refuse a blood test, urine, or breath test, your license will be suspended for 1 year. On campus, if you possess, drink, or give alcohol to any persons in or at any public schools or public grounds, then you could be suspended, expelled, in addition facing criminal charges. One of the things that the Hialeah Community Coalition does is we put on mock DUIs. This is where we involve the whole school and community to come together to have a pretend accident. We usually involve the fire department, we involve the police department. We start from beginning to end. We have a party, a make-believe party, the kids are drinking or they run out of alcohol. If they run out and they get alcohol, they get into a car accident, 911 is called, fire department comes, they take the kids out of the car. It's all make-believe, but we make it very real. Why do we do this? because if you see the effects of getting behind the wheel while under the influence, maybe it'll make you think a little more before you do it. Fake ID. You cannot lend, borrow, or falsify a driver's license. The penalty for using an identification with an altered date of birth is a second-degree misdemeanor with imprisonment up to 60 days. The penalty for possessing or manufacturing a false identification is a third-degree felony with imprisonment up to 5 years. So if you're trying to borrow someone's ID, your older brothers or sisters, or you're trying to alter a date on an ID, think about it twice. You can end up in jail. Let's touch briefly on narcotics. Marijuana. Possession of 20 grams or less is a first-degree misdemeanor. 20 grams or more is a third-degree felony. Sale of marijuana is a felony. Possession of paraphernalia is considered a misdemeanor. K2 and spice. K2 and other synthetic drugs mimic the effects of alcohol and drugs and can impair driving. Possession of 3 grams or less is a first-degree misdemeanor. 3 grams or more is a felony. It is a third-degree felony to purchase, possess, sell, manufacture, deliver, or possess synthetic cannabinoids. Inhalants, huffing. It is illegal to sniff, inhale, ingest, or possess with the intent to inhale harmful chemicals, substances such as glue, gasoline, computer air dusters, whipped cream. Other dangerous drugs: methamphetamines, crystal meth, cocaine, hallucinogens, LSD, mushrooms, club drugs, GHB, ecstasy, and heroin. I have a question for you all. What if Ray was stopped by the police while driving on I-95 after taking a few hits of marijuana from the bong in his car? The officers find the bong and the baggie of marijuana residue on the floorboard of his car. So what happens to Ray? Ray may be charged with 1, driving under the influence of drugs, commonly known as DUI, or 2, possession of drugs and paraphernalia. Prescription medication. Possession of a prescription medication without a prescription, this means a prescription that your doctor gave you and not your abuelita, is considered a second-degree misdemeanor. This includes antibiotics, headache medication, stomach medication, everything given by a prescription. Possession of a controlled substance such as psychotropic drugs and or painkillers without a prescription is a third-degree felony. It is illegal to make or use false or change prescriptions. Giving just 1 pill to someone is a second-degree felony and carries up to 15 years maximum prison sentence. If you are on school property, there is even a greater penalty. And we're all guilty of having grandparents that have overstocked medicine cabinets, and you feel a little woozy or your stomach, or possibly you're catching a little cold, and your abuelita, abuelito, or mom runs and gives you some kind of medication that they know they've taken in the past. But it's illegal to be sharing your medication with other people. It's illegal for the person sharing it, and it's illegal for the person taking it. So don't do it. My fellow youth, if you have a prescription medication that you must take at school, you must give it to your nurse, your school nurse, and they will make sure you get your medication on time. Tobacco. If you are under the age of 18, it is against the law for you to do the following: possess tobacco, sell tobacco, give tobacco products to anyone under the age of 18. The law is very clear. If you're not 18 or older, you cannot use tobacco, or you cannot sell it, or you cannot give it to anyone. Simply, you shouldn't have it. No, all school grounds are tobacco-free campuses. You are not allowed to have any tobacco products on school grounds. First violation, court fines or 16 hours community service and complete mandatory tobacco classes. Second violation, within 12 weeks of your first violation, additional court fines. Third violation, within 12 weeks of first violation, your driver's license will be withheld, suspended, or revoked. And we all know how important it is for youth to have their driver's license. It goes hand in hand with their independence. So don't do it. My name is Elizabeth Garcia, and I am the Executive Director of the Hialeah Community Coalition. I'd like to thank you for spending the time listening to the Know the Law presentation. If you don't know the law, how are you going to protect yourself? Knowledge is power.